Alright, my dear customer, it's time for you to go to bed. Alright, rest your head on this soft loser pillow and I shall give you a good story time. Are you ready? Yes? Okay, here we go. Okay. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Okay, here we go. You guys, hey, it's Santa Cleon Jr. Okay, guys, listen. It's okay. Here we go. We didn't even start with the climax of the story. Once upon a time, a girl named Goldilocks lived in a house at the edge of the woods. In those days, curls of hair were called locks. She was Goldilocks because golden hair ran down her head and her shoulders. I know, I'm so sorry, I'm so quiet right now. But don't worry, you're not ready for it. You're not ready. One morning, Goldilocks was out for a walk when a beautiful bird flew in front of her. I hate birds! Sorry. When the bird flew into the woods, she followed it. Her mother had said many times she must never go in the woods, but Goldilocks didn't think of that. Deeper and deeper into the woods, she followed that bird. But then, where did it go? It was nowhere to be seen. Goldilocks looked around, and then she knew the truth. She was lost! But her house was not far away. I wonder who lives so deep in the woods, she thought. Part 2. Are you ready for part 2? She knocked on the door. Hey! Anybody home? Please! Anybody, please! Let me go home! No answer. She knocked again. Still no answer. Goldilocks knocks a third time. This time the door opened. But no one was behind the door. Well, the door's already open, said the girl. I may as well go in. Goldilocks smelled a wonderful smell. On the table were 3 steaming bowls of oatmeal. All of a sudden, she realized how hungry she was. I'm hungry. What Goldilocks did not know is that 3 bears in this house. In fact, that very morning, the 3 bears had sat down on their bowls of oatmeal, but the cereal was too hot. So they decided to take a short walk. They said to each other, by the time we return home, our oatmeal will be perfect. Gazing at the steaming bowls of oatmeal, Goldilocks thought, I'm sure whoever lives here won't mind if I just take one sip. She sat at the first chair, took a sip. Oh my god, it's too hot. Oh, dear Jesus, end my suffering, please. She moved to the second bowl and took a sip. It's too cold. She moved to the third bowl and took a sip. Yeah, baby, this is just right. Yeah. Before she knew it, the oatmeal was all gone. Goldilocks rubbed her tummy wummy. I'm full. Where can I sit that will be cozy? She went to the living room. 3 chairs were lined up in a row. 1 big chair, 1 medium-sized chair, and a wee little chair. Where can I sit that will be cozy? I'm sure whoever lives here won't mind if I sit on just 1 chair, said Goldilocks. She sat on the big chair, but it was too hard. Ow! The next chair looks good, said Goldilocks. She moved to the medium-sized chair, but it was too soft. That wee little chair looks better, said the girl. She sat down on the little chair, and it was perfect! Oh my god, this is the chair! This is the chair of all chairs! Like, this chair is the chair! Like, this chair is like this chair! Oh yeah, this chair is amazing! This chair is the chair! Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. But when Goldilocks leaned back a bit, the chair broke into a dozen pieces! Oh my days! Oh, it died! Goldilocks yelled. Then she yawned. Nom, 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 nom. Where could she lie down for a nap? The girl noticed a ladder. Up she climbed, and it led to an attic. In the attic, 3 bears were lined up in a row. One big bed, one medium-sized bed, and a wee little bed. I'm sure whoever lives here won't mind if I lay down for just a short nap, she said. She lay down in the big bed, but it was too hard. She lay down in the medium-sized bed, but it was too soft. The girl lay down in the wee little bed, and it was just right. Yeah, this is the bed of all time. Yeah, beds. This is the bed. This bed is the best you've been in. Yeah, it's just right. Before her head hit the pillow, Goldilocks was fast asleep. But just then, the 3 bears came home from their walk. Oh my! Did either of you leave the front door open? Said Mama Bear. Not I! Said Papa Bear. Not I! Said Little Bear. Slowly the 3 bears stepped inside and looked around. Most odd! Said Papa Bear, seeing his spoon in his bowl. Someone was eating my oatmeal! Most odd indeed, said Mama Bear, also seeing a spoon in her bowl. Someone was eating my oatmeal! This was just the most odd of all, said Little Bear. Someone was eating my oatmeal and they ate it all up! The 3 bears were very surprised, as you can imagine. With care, they stepped into the living room. Walk, 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 walk! Do you think someone has been sitting in my chair? Said Papa Bear. I know someone was sitting in my chair, said Mama Bear, because I can see that seat cushion is pushed down. I know someone was sitting in my chair too, said Little Bear, because it's broke. The 3 bears could not believe this. They climbed the ladder to their attic. Someone has been sleeping on my bed, said Papa Bear, who could see that his blankets were moved. Someone was sleeping on my bed too, said Mama Bear, who could also see that her blankets were moved. Someone was sleeping on my bed, said Little Bear. And look, there she is! Goldilocks bolted awake. Oh God, your bears! Oh my! 3 bears were looming over her. They did not look happy. Oh my days! Said, my mic fell down. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. My mic. Oh, the Lord have mercy. I'm sorry. Okay. It's all right. Okay. Oh my days! Said Goldilocks, jumping out of bed as quick as she could. She climbed down the ladder and ran out the front door. Little Bear chased after her. Wait, please! Goldilocks stopped. She turned around. Tell me, said Little Bear, why did you come inside our house? Goldilocks stopped. She turned around. I didn't think, said Goldilocks. Fudge, I bit my tongue. Oh! Why did he eat my oatmeal? Said Little Bear. I didn't think, said Goldilocks. And why did he break my chair and sleep in my bed? Said Little Bear. I didn't think about that either, said Goldilocks. They were both quiet. Goldilocks said, I suppose I could have waited outside your door. Gosh, my bad. We were coming right home, said Mama Bear. We might have invited you in if we knew you were hungry. I choked. My bad, y'all. I suppose I could have waited outside your door. My bad. Hasagashi. I'm sorry about the chair, by the way. It broke, said Goldilocks. Clear my throat. There we go. We know, said Mama Bear with a frown. I'm good at fixing things, said Goldilocks, if you have glue. Of course we have glue, said Papa Bear. What kind of bears do you think we are, you idiot? I promise I will make it up to you, said Goldilocks. Come inside, dear. Okay, Mama Bear said. We'll start over, said Papa Bear with a nod. Come in, said Little Bear, jumping up and down. Okay, I'm coming, said Goldilocks. The Smiles, they all get together inside the bear's house and start it over. Yeah, guys, that was the first book of the night. That was Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I hope you liked that. I got this idea because I usually give my little baby brother bedtime stories when I can. Usually it's over FaceTime because my baby brother obviously doesn't live with me or whatever. But like, it's so nice to spend this time to read these stories, and I thought I would read the same stories to you guys. Are you guys ready for the second book? Oh, guys, please don't fall asleep yet. I know it was a really good story. I think I'm ready for the next story. Yeah? Okay. Hopefully you get to catch all three of them because I don't want you to sleep on me just yet. We have so many things to say. Okay. Let me choose. Thank you for the super. You're so cool. Great ASMR, but I think your mic broke at the start. It's making a ringing sound.
But I think your MIC broke at the start.
Really?
It's making a ringing sound.
Oh, I'm sorry, Irishman. I didn't realize that my mic broke. Yo, that's crazy. You know what? It's okay. We'll continue our story time if you can still hear me because I just want the stories to reach your heart. Aww. Everybody. I choked. Everybody say "aw" in chat. How sweet. Aw. Alright. I think it's time for Cinderella. Here we go. Here we go. A girl named Cinderella. Once upon a time, a girl named Cinderella lived with her stepmother and two stepsisters. Cinderella had to work hard while the others slept till the sun was high in the sky. It was Cinderella who had to wake up each morning when it was still dark and cold to start the fire. It was Cinderella who cooked the meals. It was Cinderella who kept the fire going. The poor girl could not stay clean from all the ashes and cinders by the fire. What a mess you are! Her two stepsisters laughed. You're a mess. That is why they called her Cinderella. One day, big news came to town. It was time for the prince to find a bride, and the king and queen were going to have a ball. All the young ladies in the land were invited to come. The stepsisters were wild with joy. They would wear their most beautiful gowns and fix their hair extra nice. Maybe the prince will like them. Oh, the prince will like them. Ooh la la. Cinderella had extra work to do. She had to sew total gowns for her stepsisters. Faster! I swear to God, you better go faster! She had it one stepsister. Oh, hi, Echo. Hi. Oh, that's Echo, my Jenny. Hi, my baby girl. I'm just reading a bedtime story to my dear customers. I'm so glad that you're here. Yeah, right now we're on book number 2. We're on Cinderella, and we just started. You came just in time. Yes. Oh, thank you so much for coming. Okay, I shall continue. I love you. Mwah. Customers are gonna have nightmares tonight. No. I promise. This story's not that scary. I promise. And the end is a good story. It's a good ending. Okay, I know the stepsisters are scary. I know, but hang in there, guys. I know. You call that a dress? Screamed the other. Oh dear, said Cinderella. What can I? The stepmother marched into the room. Boom, boom. When can you what? What? Well, when will I have time to make my own dress for the ball? You? Yelled the stepmother. Who said you are going to the ball? What a laugh! Said one stepsister. A mess like you? They pointed at Cinderella. All of them laughed. Cinderella thought to herself, they may see a mess when they look at me, but I know I am not a mess. If I could, I would go to the ball. Soon, the time came for the stepmother and stepsisters to leave for the big party. A fine carriage came to the door. The stepmother and stepsisters hopped inside. They were off. Goodbye, called Cinderella. Have a good time. But her stepmother and stepsisters did not turn around. Said Cinderella sadly. The carriage rode down the street. She said out loud, I wish I could go to the ball too. Then poof, all of a sudden in front of her was a fairy. You cold? Said the fairy. I did? Said Cinderella. Who are you? Why, your fairy godmother, of course. I know your wish, and I have come to grant it. But my wish is impossible, said Cinderella. Excuse me, said the fairy godmother in a huff. Did I not just show up out of thin air? Like, were you watching me? Hello? I suppose you did, said Cinderella. Then let me be the one to say what is possible or not. Okay? I decide. You don't decide. Okay? That makes sense, said Cinderella. She looked down at her dirty clothes. Look at me. I cannot go to the ball. You do look a bit of a mess, child, said the fairy godmother. Even if I had something nice to wear, said the girl, I would have no way to get there. Fudge! I bit my tongue again! My tongue! Ow! Dear me, all of that is possible, said the fairy. She tapped her wand on Cinderella's head. Ah! At once, Cinderella was perfectly clean. What's more, she was dressed in a beautiful blue gown. Her hair was set up high on her head in a golden band. This is amazing, said Cinderella. Who said I was done? Girl, don't you dare. Ain't no way, said the fairy godmother. She tapped her wand again. At once. Oh my god, my mic fell. Wait 1 second. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, wait, my bad. Oh, sorry. Ito. Okay, sorry, come in. Okay, I don't have my mic screwed onto the arm thingy, so it does fall down sometimes. Don't worry about it. I got too passionate and I hit my head on it and it kind of fell, but it's okay. Who said I was done? Said the fairy godmother. She tapped her wand again. At once, a beautiful carriage came to be with a driver and 4 white horses. Am I dreaming? Said Cinderella, looking around her. It is as real as it can be, said the fairy godmother. But there is one thing you must know. What is that? What else you got for me, girl? What else? All of this lasts only till midnight. At the stroke of midnight tonight, it will all be over. Everything will go back to how it was before. I must be sure to leave the ball before midnight, said Cinderella. Good idea! Like I didn't just say that, said the fairy godmother. She stepped back. My work here is done. Deuces! And the fairy godmother was gone. Cinderella looked around. Did that even happen? But there she was in a fine gown with a golden band in her hair. And there were her driver and 4 horses waiting for her. Are you coming or not? I literally have to go pick up my kids after soccer practice. Are you gonna come or not? I swear to God, called the driver. Right here, said Cinderella. She stepped into the carriage and they were off. Here we go, part 3, the actual ball. At the ball, the prince was I can't say that big word. It's a big word. I can't read big words, right? I'm so sorry, guys. The prince was, bored. Why do you have that sad look on your face? The queen said to her son. You would think your father and I were not hosting a grand ball just so you could find a bride. I know you are, mother, said the prince. I know you're looking out for me. Yet he knew something was wrong. He had already met most of the young women at the ball. Yet after he said hello to each one, he could not find nothing more to say. Look! Someone pointed at the door. Who is that? All heads turned. Who was that lovely maiden stepping down the stairs? She held her head tall and stepped with grace and elegance, but no one knew her. Huh? There is something about that young lady, said the prince to himself. I will ask her to dance. He walked over to Cinderella. Have we met? Said the prince. I am pleased to meet you now, said Cinderella with a bow. Yeah, it feels as if I know you, said the prince. But of course, that's impossible. Many things are possible, said Cinderella, if you wish them to be true. Do you really believe that? Said the prince. I know it, said Cinderella. Hi, DK. DK is my co-hi in V&U. Hi, baby girl. Hi, I see you in chat. Hi, DK. Make sure you guys go check out DK. I love you, DK, so much. Mwah. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm just reading a bedtime story to my dear customers. Hello, DK. And continuing. The prince felt a leap in his heart. He and Cinderella danced. When the song was over, they danced again, and they danced again, and yet again. All the time they were talking and laughing. Soon the other maidens at the ball grew jealous. Why is he dancing all the time with her? They said. How rude! But all the prince could see was Cinderella. In fact, they danced for so long that Cinderella did not see the clock. All right, guys, here we go. It's gonna go down. It's going down. Dong! Struck the clock. Cinderella looked up. Dong! Rang the clock again. She looked up again. Oh my! Fudge! Fudge! It's almost midnight! Fudge! Fudge! Ah! Dong! Clawed the clock. What does that matter? Said the prince. Dong! Rang the clock again. I must go! Said Cinderella. Dong! Went the clock. But we just met! Said the prince. Why leave now? Dong! Rang the clock. I must go! Said Cinderella. She ran to the steps. Dong! Cried the clock. I cannot hear you, said the prince. The clock is too loud. Dong! Rang the clock. Bye! Bye! Said Cinderella. Up and up the stairs she went. Dong! Went the clock. Please stop for a moment. Please, 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 said the prince. Oh dear! She said as one glass slipper fell off her foot onto the stair, but Cinderella kept running up. Dong! Please, wait a moment, please. Dong! Goodbye! Cinderella turned one last time. She then rushed out the door. Dong! The clock was quiet. It was midnight. Wait! Called the prince. He picked up her glass slipper and rushed out the door to follow her. He looked around but could not see her blue dress anywhere. This is all I have left for her, he said, looking down at the glass slipper. He saw that it was made in a special way, to fit a foot like none other. Somewhere, there is the other glass slipper that fits the young lady I met, he said. I will find her. And when I do, I will ask her to be my bride. Part 5, The Search. From hut to hut, from house to house went the prince. One young lady after another tried to fit her foot inside the glass slipper, but no one could fit. He asked if they had the other glass slipper, but none did. And so, the prince moved on. At last, the prince came to Cinderella's house. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! He's coming! Oh my gosh, guys, look! Oh my gosh! Shrieked one stepsister as she looked out the window. He's at the door! Oh my goodness, he's at the door! Screamed the other stepsister. Quick! Yelled the stepmother. Get ready! One of you, I swear to God, one of you must fit your foot in that dang slipper, no matter what, I swear to God! Yelled the stepmother. The prince knocked. The stepmother flew open the door. Come in! I have two lovely daughters for you to see. On God, like they're so lovely, like on God! The first stepsister tried to place her foot in the glass slipper. She tried hard, but her foot would not fit. The second stepsister tried to fit her foot inside. She tried and tried with all her might, too, but no dice. Neither of them had the other glass slipper. Are there no other young women in the house? Said the prince. None, said the stepmother. Then I will go, said the prince. Maybe there is one more, said Cinderella, stepping into the room. Huh, I thought you said there were no more other young ladies in this house, said the prince. None who matter, said the stepmother in a hiss. Come here, said the prince. Cinderella stepped up to him. The prince got down on one knee and tried the glass slipper on her foot. It fit perfectly. Then, from her pocket, Cinderella took out something. It was the other glass slipper. I knew it, he cried. You are the one. What? Huh? Not her. What? Shouted a stepsister. Not her, screamed the other stepsister. This cannot be. No. I swear to God, I have two daughters right here. I swear to God, there's someone better. I swear to God. But it was too late. The prince looked into her eyes. He knew that this young woman was the one he had met and danced with and loved talking to. He did not see the cinders in her hair or the ashes on her face. I found you, he said. And I have found you, said Cinderella. And so, Cinderella and the prince were married, and they lived happily ever after. The end. Aww, everybody type on chat. Aww, they were together. How cute. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, see? So guys, I think it's time for our last book now. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna choose the last book. I hope you guys are feeling sleepy. I hope you guys are feeling sleepy. Agua, I guess I should. Yeah, I don't want to go all the way to the kitchen. Looks like my water bottle's empty. Yeah. Okay, I had a little bit left in there. Okay. I will definitely continue. Here we go. Alright. Here's the last book today. It is called Beauty and the Beast. I hope you guys know this book. If you don't worry. It's a beautiful story. Chapter 1, Beauty. There once was a very rich merchant who had 3 daughters. Being a man of sense, he spared no cost for their education. His daughters grew to be very beautiful, but the first 2 daughters cared little about their learning. The youngest was called Beauty, a special name that made her sisters very jealous of her. But this she hardly noticed, as she was forever absorbed in one good book after another. The 2 older sisters had a great deal of pride because they were rich. They gave themselves ridiculous airs and would not visit other merchants' daughters nor keep company with any other person but those of the highest standing. I lost my placement. What's okay? Sorry. I can't read. Wait, my bad. Where'd it go? Are. I'm sorry, my dear customer. I lost my place. Let's see. Are. added. There we go. They went out every day to parties, ball plays, concerts, and so forth, and they laughed at their youngest sister who spent so much of her time with her book in front of her face. What an idiot! I swear to God! One day, the merchant learned some terrible news. Oh my God! Oh my God! His ship, having on board hundreds of bolts and cloth and silks he had purchased, was lost at sea. Oh my days! Overnight, his entire fortune was gone. Dog is broke. Gone. Zip. Zilch. Everything lost in the sea. The family had no choice but to move to a small country house at a great distance from town. He told his children with tears in his eyes that they must live there and work for their living. The two older daughters answered that they would never have to leave the town, for they had several prominent merchants who were sure to have glad to have married them, though they no longer had a fortune. But the good ladies were mistaken, for their lovers slighted and forsook them in their poverty. I don't know what that means. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what that means. As they were not liked on account of their pride, everybody said, they do not deserve to be pitied. We are very glad to see their pride humbled. Let them go and give themselves quality airs in milking the cows and minding their chickens like the rest of us. But added they, we were extremely concerned for Beauty. She was a sweet-tempered creature who kindly... Oh, fudge, just too many words. She is... fudge! Sorry. She is such a sweet-tempered creature who speaks kindly to everyone, rich or poor, and has such a friendly, gracious manner. Aww. And then she kept reading and reading and reading. There's like 5 paragraphs of her just explaining how she just reads all the time. I'm gonna skip all that, not gonna lie. And obviously the big sisters were like, ha ha ha, loser. The family had lived about a year in the country house when the merchant received more stunning news. In a letter, the merchant learned that the ship he had sure was lost at sea had in fact safely arrived. So JK, those ships are back. We're back in business, baby. Let's go. Woohoo. Everybody type woohoo in chat. Woohoo. The family rejoiced in the sudden turn of fortune. JK, let's go. One begged him to bring back for her a necklace. Oh, okay, so one sister wants a necklace, one wants a gold chain. But Beauty only asked for a rose. Oh God, I choked, I swear to God. Ugh. The good man set off on his own journey. When he came to the port where the ship was docked, oh, such problems there were over who properly owned the ship and the merchandise on board. After a great deal of trouble and pains to no purpose, he came back as poor as before, especially after he bought the fine new necklace and the gold chain he had promised to his 2 older daughters. Bro, okay, what? So he went to the port to go get his goods, and then everybody was fighting over the goods, saying it's theirs, and so he came back poor. So it was another JK. I did not expect this. I thought it was gonna be like the Disney movie. What is happening? What is happening? What is this? Ain't no way. Guys, say JK. Aw, man. Everybody say, aw, man, in chat. Dog got robbed. Ain't no way. The double JK. Ain't no way. Aw, man. By the way, this is how I also talk to my little brother. I say, can you say, "Aw, man," and then he'll go, "Ah, man." Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. So he got like the older daughters like the necklaces, and Beauty, she got nada. She didn't get her rose. Thinking he might come upon a rose bush to satisfy the wish of his youngest daughter, he led his horse deep into the woods. As the sun set and the wind began to howl, that's the wind howling, by the way. The poor man realized that he was hopelessly lost. Worse, a sudden rainstorm drenched him and a snowstorm struck. He knew he might as well starve to death from the cold or hunger or be devoured by the wolves, whom he heard howling all around him. In one moment, looking far off into the distance, he saw a small light blinking. Going on a little further, he noticed it came from a palace lit with candles from top to bottom. The merchant hastened to the palace. Fudge, I can't read! When merchant hastened to the palace, it was greatly surprised at not meeting anyone in the outer courts. Seeing a large stable open, he led his horse inside. Finding both hay and oats, the poor beast, who had almost famished, fell to eating very heartily. The merchant tied him safely to a post and walked towards the house, where he saw no one. Entering a large hall, he found a good fire and a table set out with plenty of steaming food. Someone must live in the house, he thought, but who? And where were they? He drew near the fire to dry his soaked clothes. I hope, he thought, the master of this house or his servants will excuse the liberty I take. I'm sure it'll not be long before some of them appear. Yeah, it's no problem, right, guys? Yeah, I'm just gonna take a rest. No worries. Someone must live in the house, he thought, but who? And where were they? He waited a considerable time until the clock struck 11, and still nobody came. At last, the merchant was so hungry that he could stand it no longer. Trembling, he took a leg of chicken and ate it in 2 mouthfuls. After this, he drank a few glasses of wine, growing more courageous. He went out of the hall and crossed fudge! I bit my tongue! Ow! Ow! Sorry, my bad. And crossed through several grand rooms with magnificent furniture until he came to a bedroom. In the bedroom was a 4-poster bed covered by a red velvet canopy trimmed with fringes. As he was very tired and it was past midnight, he concluded it was best to shut the door and go to sleep. Morning before the merchant awoke. As he rose, he was astonished to see a good suit of clothes laid out on the bed that would fit him perfectly. What? This palace must belong to some kind of fairy, he thought, who had seen and pitied my distress. He then returned to a great hall where he had Okay, on God, y'all seen the movie? Let me skip this whole part. Dog is just looking around. He's like, this is a crazy cool palace. Where is everybody, though? Where is everybody? The good man drank chocolate and then looked for his horse. Passing through an arbor of roses, he remembered Beauty's request to him. Finally, he started looking for something for his younger daughter, I swear to God. And he saw a branch in which there were several. Immediately, he heard a great crash like thunder. Crash! Spinning around, there loomed up a huge monster with 2 tusks in his mouth, fiery red eyes, surrounded by bristles and horns coming out of his head and spreading over his back. The beast roared, "Mortal, who said you can pluck my rose?" "Please, sir," said the merchant in fear and terror for his life. "I promised my daughter to bring her a home roll of fudge. I messed up what I said. I was saying I promised my daughter to bring her a fudge. It's written weirdly, my bad. I promised my daughter to bring her home a rose. I forgot about it until the last moment." "Then I saw your beautiful garden and thought you would not miss a single rose, or else I would have asked for your permission." "You are nothing but a thief!" boomed the beast. Oh, have a good night. See you next time. Have a good night, TV man. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you. "You must give your life for this crime!" The merchant fell on his knees and begged for his life for the sake of his 3 daughters who had none but he to support him. "My lord," he said, "I beseech you to forgive me. Indeed, I had no intention to offend in gathering a rose for one of my daughters who had only asked for that from my travels. Please! "You say you have daughters, huh?" replied the monster. "I will forgive you on one condition, that one of them comes willingly to suffer in your place. Swear that if any of your daughters refuse to come, you will return here in 3 months yourself and face your fate." So the merchant swore. Taking his rose, he mounted his horse and rode home. As soon as he got into his house, his daughters came rushing around to greet him, clapping their hands and showing their joy in every way. He gave the necklace to his eldest daughter, the gold chain to his second daughter, and then the rose to his youngest. As he gave it, he sighed. "Oh, thank you, Father!" they all cried. But the youngest added, "Father, why did you sigh so deeply when you gave me the rose?" "Oh, it's nothing," said the merchant, but Beauty wondered. For several days they lived happily together. Only Beauty noticed that her father would often stare out the window, gloomy and sad. When she approached him and asked what was the matter, he would refuse to say. Nothing she could do would cheer him up, after begging him over and over to share what was on his mind. At least he gathered himself together and his daughters and related them his fatal adventure. Immediately, the two eldest set up, I can't say that big word. They were sad and they're crying, blaming poor Beauty, and said all manner of ill-natured things to her. "I swear to God, it was all your fault because you wanted that stupid rose!" Beauty spoke. "Since the monster will accept one of his daughters, I will deliver..." Oh wait, fudge. Rewind. Beauty spoke. "Since the monster will accept one of his daughters, I will deliver myself up to all his fury. I'm happy in knowing that my death will save my father's life and be proud in my tender love for him." "Beauty, I am charmed by your kind and generous offer, but I cannot let you do this. I am old and have not long to live. I will lose only a few years at most." "It was the rose I asked for that was the cause of your undoing. You will not go to the palace without me, and you cannot stop me from following you." Indeed, she made all the necessary preparations for herself, and her sisters were secretly delighted at the prospect of getting rid of her once and for all. Here we go, where Beauty meets the Beast. The next day, the merchant took Beauty behind him and on his horse, as the custom in the... I don't know what this said, fudge, just too many words. They rode off. And then when they went up the steps and went into the hall and into the dining room, there they saw the table spread with a manner of all beautiful glasses and plates and dishes and silken napkins, with plenty of food steaming and hot. They waited and waited, thinking the owner of the house must soon appear. At last the merchant said, "Let's sit down and see what happens." When they sat down, invisible hands passed through them to eat and drink. Wait, did I read? My bad, I didn't read that right. My bad. When they sat down, invisible hands passed them things to eat and drink. And so they ate and drank to their heart's content. When they arose from the table, it arose too, and disappeared through the door as if it was being carried by invisible servants. Suddenly, the Beast filled the doorway. "Is this your youngest daughter?" he roared. When the merchant said it was, the Beast said, "Is she willing to stay here with me?" He stared at Beauty, who said in a trembling voice, "Yes, sir." "Well then, no harm shall befall you," said the Beast. With that, he led the merchant to his horse and said to him, "Honest man, go your ways and never think of coming here ever again." Her father was gone. The Beast returned to Beauty and said to her, "This house with everything inside of it is yours. If you desire anything, all you need is to do is clap your hands and say the word, and it will be brought to you." With that, he made a sort of bow and went away. So Beauty lived in the home of the Beast and was waited on by invisible servants. Whenever she wanted or whatever she wanted, she would clap her hands and food or drink would appear. If there was a book she wanted to read, she only needed to clap and see the title, and the book would appear in her hands. As you can imagine, this was a lovely life. Yet, after a while, she became tired of the solitude. One day, the Beast came to her to see how she was getting on. He looked as scary as ever, but she had been so well treated that she had lost a great deal of terror of him. They spoke about the garden and the house and her father's business and all manner of things. Soon, her fear of the Beast was completely gone. "Beauty," said said the beast. If my presence troubles you, I will end our conversation and leave you, for I believe you are very good-natured. Oh, rewind, my bad. That was actually my bad. That was not the beast talking, that was Beauty. Rewind. My bad. Wait, did it, where'd it go? 아래, 오카시나. Where did it go? 아래. Oh, I scrolled, my bad. I didn't mean to scroll. My bad. Eto. There we go. Beauty! If my presence troubles you, I will end our conversation and leave you. I imagine you will find me very ugly. I suppose, for I cannot tell a lie, but your presence doesn't trouble me at all, for I believe you are very good-natured. Yes, said the beast. My heart is good, but I am still a monster. I am a monster. Among people, there are many things that deserve the name of monster more than you. Men and women often seem good by how they look, but hidden within them lies a treacherous, corrupt, and ungrateful heart. Beauty ate a hearty supper with the monster she had once feared, and they enjoyed each other's company a great deal. But she nearly fainted away when he heard her say, Beauty, will you become my wife? It was some time before she dared answer, for she was afraid to make him angry if she refused. At last, however, she said, trembling, No, beast. Immediately, the poor monster sighed and then hissed so frighteningly that the whole place echoed. When I was a young boy, my father... I understand. So it must be. Then farewell, Beauty. And left the room. Beauty spent the next 3 months, for the most part, very contentedly in the palace, seeing the beast often had accustomed her to his deformity, and far from dreading the time of his visit. She would often look on her watch to see when it would be 9, but the beast never missed coming at the last hour. That one moment that... Fudge! Too many words! The one moment that was hard was the time before she went to bed, when the monster would ask her if she would be his wife. One day, she said to him, Beast, you make me very uneasy to ask of me every night. I wish I could consent to marry you, but I am too sincere to make you believe that will never happen, ever happen. I will always value you as a friend, but please, try to be satisfied with this. Oh, alas! This I must do. I am friend-zoned. I admit, I understand. I will stop asking. At least you are here, and that makes me glad. Just promise to never leave me. Beauty blushed at these words. Oh, I could, indeed, promise never to leave you, but I have such a great desire to see my father that I'm afraid I will fret to death if you refuse me that fudge! Big words! Fudge! Satisfaction. Perhaps this will help, said the beast. He guided her a gold-rimmed looking glass in the mirror, and was an image of Beauty's father pining himself sick for the loss of her. Oh my god! Fudge! Oh no, oh god, oh Lord have mercy! Oh my god, my daddy's sick! Oh my dad is sick! Fudge! Oh my god! I would rather die myself, said the monster, than see you so aggrieved. Go to your father's home. Stay with him for 1 week. But if you do not return before the week is past, poor beast will die with grief. I promise to return in 1 week. How will I ever get there? Take the glass and this ring. Tonight, before you go to bed, lay the ring upon the looking glass. When you wake up tomorrow morning, you will be at your father's house. When you are ready to come back, do the same thing before you go to sleep, and you'll be back here when you awake. Farewell, Beauty! She did as he described, and when Beauty awoke the next morning, she found herself at her father's house. With joy, she quickly dressed and came to the kitchen, where her father gave a loud shriek of glee. Oh, yo! W for us, boys! My daughter's home! Let's go! W, let's go! My daughter's home! Yeah, baby! Yeah, yep, yippee! Let's go! As soon as the first transports were over, the father shared with Beauty the good news. Both her sisters were married. Beauty sent for her sisters, who hastened with their husbands. When she had a chance to talk to her sisters alone, she learned that they were both very, very unhappy. The eldest had married a gentleman, extremely handsome, but so fond of himself that he was just full of nothing but his own dear self and neglected his wife. The second daughter had married a man of wit, but he made use of it only to plague and torment everybody, and his wife most of all. Beauty's sisters sickened with envy when they saw her dressed like a princess and more beautiful than ever. All of her affectionate behavior did nothing but to raise their jealousy, which was ready to burst when she told them how she could clap her hands and everything would just come to her. The two older sisters went to the garden to vent about their distressing turn of events. Said one to the other, "Ugh, sister! Ugh, a thought strikes my mind. She told us the promise to stay only for 1 week. Let's try to keep her beyond that week. Perhaps the monster will be so angry for breaking her word that he will devour her." So a recap. Basically, the sisters got jealous that she's living the life, and they're trying to keep her longer than a week so that the beast would, the beast would get mad and not like her anymore. And that's the sisters' plan, right? They're like, she can't be happy. We're unhappy. She can't be happy. Right. And then so in the meantime, they just kept trying to keep her there and everything. And then the 10th night she spent at her father's, she dreamed of the beast in the palace garden, suffering, maybe even dying from loneliness from her. Beauty sat straight up in bed and burst into tears. "I am not very wicked," said she, "to act so unkindly to Beast, who had tried so hard to please me in everything. Is it his fault that he's so ugly? He is kind and good. I will love spending time with him, and that is more than enough. Why did I refuse to marry him? Dog was a green flag. I would be happier with a monster than my sisters are with their husbands. It is not wit or a fine face in a husband that make a woman happy, but virtue, sweetness of temper, and thoughtfulness, and Beast had all these qualities." Having said this, oh, my bad. There's no quotations to end the sentence. My bad. Having said this, Beauty rose, put the ring on the looking glass, and lay down to sleep. When she awoke the next morning, she was overjoyed to find herself back in the Beast's palace. She put on one of her richest suits. Wait, what? Suits? Slay, I guess. Slay. And waited for evening with the utmost impatience. At last, the wished for hour came. The clock struck 9, yet no Beast appeared. Beauty then feared she had been the cause of his death. She ran, crying, wringing her hands all about the palace. "Oh, Beast, where are you? Good Beast! Doko desu! Doko! Beast! Please, where are you? Please give me a sign! Give me a sign! Beast, where are you? Beast! 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 Where are you? Oh, Beast, where you at, dog? Beast! There, he saw him. Oh my gosh. She found poor Beast stretched out quite senseless as she had imagined, dead. She threw herself upon him. Finding his heart beating still, she fetched some water from the creek and poured it on his head. Beast opened his eyes and said to Beauty, "You forgot your promise! I was so afflicted for having lost you that I resolved myself to starve! I was starving! Now I have the happiness of seeing you once more! I could die now in peace!" "No, my dear Beast," said Beauty. "You must not die. Lip. I just read the chat. My Oshi is so normal. I promise. It's a bit. Let me just finish the story. I can't save myself. No, dear beast, you must not die. Live to be my husband. From this moment, I give you my hand and swear to be none but yours. I thought I had only a friendship for you, but the grief I now feel convinces me that I cannot live without you. No sooner had she said this, the heart of the beast split in two. Out came a most handsome young prince. The prince told her, I was enchanted by a magician. He could not recover his natural form until a maiden would be, out of her own will, love him. Therefore, the prince sent for the merchant and his 2 daughters. He was married to Beauty, and he lived happily ever after. The end. Yada! How are you, my dear customer? Look at you. Oh, look at your sleep. And you're so cute. Look at you. Oh, my dear precious customer. Go to bed here. I'll tuck you in there. I'll tuck you in. I'll move the blanket. There you go. Just tuck you in. Wait, that'll suffocate you. I'll do like this. Like a good little bear. Good little osito. Oh, my dear customer. Alright. You have a good night, okay? Yeah, no Gaston. It was not Disney version SMH. Well, I hope you have a good night, my dear customer. Oh, no! Oh! Sorry. Sometimes, jump scares happen. I apologize. Sorry, but... Sorry. Good night, my dear customer. And I hope you have a very nice sleep. Good night. Have a lovely, lovely night. Hee hee hee.